let's take a look at the news. So first of all, in a trend that some people are enjoying, the City of Games, which is the company from Frank West, City of Games, and he talked about the revenue. He did a 5-year summary about the revenue and things that came in, and that's interesting, if you want to learn about that sort of thing. I mean, not most publishers do not talk about their numbers at all.
Right. What games have they done? I actually saw this and I was very like, why is he even bringing this up?
The one that they're most well known for is Isle of Cats.
Oh yeah, I love cats, right?
But he said he sold half a million games, made £5 million. That's before cost. That's the revenue that came in.
That's top line revenue. So it's not really. I've been vocal that I don't understand companies that do this. It's a private company. Your information is private. Putting it out on the internet, I don't know what that means. I don't know why. It gives up some information to people that I'm not a fan of people doing it. I didn't do it. I would not think most companies would want to do it. He's a small company, but I mean, I'm hoping that he's done well. He sounds like he's done fairly well.
Well, I mean, if they want to do it, what's the negative repercussions? It's not like they're giving trade secrets away.
Yeah, giving a little bit of secrets away, but no. Okay, so we sold 100,000 copies of games a year, which not bad. I mean, I pat him on the shoulder. He's done pretty well.
Yeah, well, let's see here. But I mean, it is interesting where he talks about he's the only person on staff there, and he talks about how many of each of his games sold. And I like when people give these numbers because it gives you an idea of how much games sell. Like his first game was City of Kings, and he named his company after that, and that sold 14,750. Then Vidorian Gardens, 5,500. Very small game, small print run. Mm-hmm. Isle of Cats, 189,000. That's phenomenally good.
Very good.
And then he did 30,000 of his Explore and Draw. Now, all these launched on Kickstarter and stuff, and I find that sort of thing interesting. I don't know that I would give out necessarily all the math with the numbers, but I like when people give the number of games sold. Again, I don't see the harm in it. And if you don't want to do it, I don't get upset either.
Right. No, there is zero harm in doing it to us, and I do like to see it. I'm just saying that I wouldn't. I didn't. Most people don't. So it's a matter of taste, matter of choice for the publisher to do that, unless you're a public company, and then you have to do it.
Right.
All right, let's talk about some games here. Fife, that's F-Y-F-E, is an abstract tiling game with a gorgeous cover coming from Pegasus.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
I like the cover. I like this company. I like Pegasus Spiele puts out some really neat games. I have to see more, obviously. There's not another picture here, is there? No.
There's not. Interesting enough, it's a 3 to 4 player game. So
okay.
You're placing, you're digging on
sure?
slots.
It says 2 to 5, Tom, on the cover.
You're right. I read the information here. That's very different information than it's on the cover.
Yeah, it says 2 to 5. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, again, this is in this post-Azul world. I bet this is going to be one of those games that is sort of very pretty, abstract, tries to create an environment of like, oh, this is nice. Arranging things is relaxing. I'm assuming it's that post-Azul style game. If so, not bad. I do like those, but at some point there are too many of that kind, and they're easier for me to saturate myself on that kind of game.
This looks like me in Hawaii next week.
Speaking of that saturation of games, Distant Sons is another roll and write. I guess is a choose and write game they're calling it, but another great cover. I really like that cover.
Gorgeous. Vincent Dutrait strikes again.
Classic sci-fi look, the 50s kind of sci-fi. It's beautiful. Comes out from yellow.
You're picking shapes and drawing your heading on the map. I guess you're flying around your map looking for black holes and trying to establish contact with races. That sounds interesting based on that cover and description. I'm in on this one.
Yeah, this is from the same designer or designers as Rising 5. So
I wonder if it's in the same universe.
Yeah, I wonder if they are in the same universe. Are we looking for Asteros, the planet featured in Rising 5, Runes of Asteros? I wonder.
That'd be cool.
If not, that's what's happening in my head now. That's what I'm selling it as.
Kids Table Board Games has announced their next upcoming game, Maple Valley, or Creature Comforts. I'm sorry, Creature Comforts, Maple Valley. This is Creature Comforts already came out. I'm sorry.
So is this a follow-on game or an expansion? Because I've played Creature Comforts recently.
It's a follow-up game in that universe. That's why Creature Comforts is very small. Okay, that's what it is.
Well, we use the word universe for everything. You know, it's sometimes a little overused. It's in the like the Creature Comforts universe. Isn't that our universe? I mean, with these animals are obviously not like they don't do this, but some games are clearly just happening in our world. But people will still say like the whatever universe. I'm like, so Earth. So like now. Got it.
It just means that they use the same characters from one game to the other. I guess AEG, back when they did their whole love letter and all those games that used that same thing, they were ahead of the curve.
Yeah, yeah.
Do the animals in this world carry little knapsacks? Z, I don't know. This is his own universe.
Sure, but what he means is it's.
I know. I'm playing. I'm completely teasing.
All right, the next Marvel Champions pack has been announced. Penny Parker. This is actually one I'm pretty interested in. I thought Penny Parker, the little girl with the giant mech, SP/DR.
Spider.
Yes, so anyway. I do not know Penny Parker. See,
did you not watch Into the Spider-Verse cartoon movie?
I did. Oh, okay. Was she in there?
She's the anime character with the big mech in it.
I forgot.
She looks in that movie. It looks quite different than what you're seeing here.
Right.
That's you're not going to make a 1-to-1 correlation there. Yeah, this sounds. Roy and I have been talking about this. Obviously, we're both very big fans of the game, and this one sounds like yet another pretty weird one. This cycle, the few they've come out with recently, or are announcing to come out recently, they've done a couple of weird ones back to back. They just had last time Spider Ham, the little piggy.
Yeah, but it's from that same movie, so I think that's kind of the thing.
That one's very like funny, silly deck, and now this one with some weird mechanisms where she jumps into her mech. It's a weird set.
What's the slash the thing that looks like Spider? What does that mean?
That's a robot, just a robot name.
Oh, so the robot's called SP/DR?
Yeah, but you pronounce it Spider because Spider-Man or Spider-Woman or whatever.
Cool.
It's just hip, man. It's what the kids are doing, okay?
It's hip.
Gale
All the kids are doing it.
Has announced Starfinder, Pirates of Skydock. So Starfinder is the space version of Pathfinder. And so in this one, you are an aspiring space pirate, and you are going to, I guess, you're trying to take control of a ship, fighting against other potential captives, completing objectives. And I don't know much more about it other than that. It doesn't have the designer's name on the cover. Oh, no, there it is. No, it doesn't. That's odd.
No, it doesn't. That's a cool looking cover for sure. I really like the look of it. I like the characters that are shown on that cover. It's very action packed. There's some sort of lizard croc guy and the weird cat thing in the corner.
I always wanted to play Starfinder. I bought the book of it when it came out. Because I just thought I like Pathfinder's interesting, but I thought, I'd like to see what they did in a universe setting, a star setting.
There we go, universe again.
I have yet to play a role-playing game set in the science fiction world. I played Heroes, and I see, of course, D&D and Pathfinder. I've never played a science fiction universe, which is odd because I do love science fiction.
I think they're harder to do because they can be three-dimensional. You're flying to planets and stuff, and that's a little more involved, I think, than just going around through dungeons and things.
I guess if you stick to the surface of a planet, though, you're good,
Sure. But what I mean is it's not just world building. It's now universe building.
Universe. There we go again with the universe.
Well, that
no,
actually
that's true.
All right. Here's something no one saw coming, but it has collectors salivating. An Eevee themed version of Point Salad board game is coming from Korea. Eevee is one of the characters from Pokemon. It's probably the second most popular one after Pikachu himself, because the Eevee can evolve into multiple different types, which makes it useful for a game like this. Again, it does that thing. It's like Batman Love Letter. We have Eevee Point Salad. I don't. So it's just kind of a weird thing, and yet people are going to go crazy trying to get this.
I don't know if I like the implications of what we're meant to assume is a living animal, and then the word salad in the title. Are we catching and cooking these Eevees?
It's being co-published by AEG and then Mandu Games in Korean. They have not yet confirmed an English language version of it, so
the Cooking Network is going to pick this up.
All right. Arcane Wonder has two more expansions for Picture Perfect, the Movie Star expansion and the Pickpocket expansion. So
I like that pickpocket image. That's great.
Someone's taking. So the Movie Star, they're going to add celebrities. So you have to try to get. Everyone's going to want to stand next to the celebrity in a picture. I think that theme part of it is pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I want to stand next to this person. I think it's good. It adds more variety to the cards you get. And the Pickpocket, thieves are trying to steal from different ones. I'm not so sure on that one. I'm going to have to wait and see how that one plays out. I think both of the themes are funny. The Pickpocket sounds like it changes the game up even more, though.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of Picture Perfect. I think it's a fantastic game. Yeah, definitely a Movie Star expansion. Just sounds really, really cool. I'm sure they don't want to stand next to people sometimes, but everyone wants to stand next to them. You can just see some of the things that are going to happen.
Yeah, right.
Pickpocket.
I don't want my face covered.
Pickpocket is kind of weird. But sure. I mean, it's just an expansion to a game. So for a game that I like as much as this, I'm happy to get these. I hope he comes out with the plastic standees for these things too, because nice, good stuff.
As we continue our news of beautiful covers, Lofoten. This is a Viking land. It's considered one of the most beautiful places in the world. I'll be careful. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Lofoten.
I don't know.
I
have no idea.
But anyway, this is like a peaceful Viking game from what I'm understanding here.
Interesting. I hadn't seen this news here, but this is very exciting to me for a couple of things. Pearl Games does not put out a lot of games, and the designer of this is the person who runs Pearl Games, Sébastien Dujardin, and they've done some of my favorite games like Deus, I think, is theirs, and like Solenia, Black Angel, that's from Pearl Games. So that's really exciting. I like that a lot. He doesn't put out too many things, and then it's a two-player game. I like that. It's got Weberson Santiago artwork. Really like that. This is so far the most exciting piece of news here. Now, we can see kind of the game there on the table. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. It doesn't look very exciting, but
what are those card holder things? Those two things are very odd. I mean, it looks like you almost don't need them, but we don't really know what they do. So who knows? Maybe you do need them.
Yeah.
In a post, a tweet, Delicious Games asked you to pick from 3 very, 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 very similar covers for Woodcraft. Anyhow, the main thing is, hey, they announced their newest game, Woodcraft, from Ross Arnold and Vladimir Suchi. This looks like a pretty involved game. Looking at that picture there, your elves running competing workshops in the woods. So you're hiring people, doing stuff, typical wood things. You're going to make your projects with wood, which are dice, cut down to size, glued back together, adjust it using dice manipulation. I love Vladimir Suchi's stuff, so I'm already in on this. And the cover looks good, whichever one they pick. The game looks pretty involved, but I like his stuff.
There's a lot of components in this game. That picture's got a lot of stuff in it.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, definitely. And which cover do you like the best?
I don't care. They're all fine.
You're a monster, Tom.
They're all kind of weird. The top two look odd. I think the bottom one, no. The top two just look odd. I mean, for the person. It's only the person that's different.
You're right. It
No,
doesn't
the
matter
words.
to me.
The words. Like the font and the person.
Oh, I forgot.
The font. Yeah.
Ignoring
Wait. You did not notice that the font was different, Tom?
I got so caught up in the fact that the people. You're right. So for font choice, I like the second one. The top.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, everybody can
For
move on.
composition of the bottom one. It
Okay.
looks like more like a real person than the other ones.
Let's get the news that I'm very excited about. In the
This is
latest D&D video, they showed off a lot of upcoming products. And at the very end, they announced something and showed off very little about it. But there's a new board game, a D&D board game, that I'm excited for two reasons. One, the designers are Rob Daviau and Stephen Baker. Stephen Baker is one of the grandfathers of modern gaming, really. Designed a lot of stuff, and both Rob Daviau and Craig Van Ness have said main inspiration and stuff for HeroScape. So I'm excited about that part. And it's also set in my favorite D&D universe, Dragonlance.
The universe of Dragonlance. Mm-hmm.
This is actually a universe. Stop the nonsense. The Dragonlance setting is really fun to me. I've always enjoyed it. And so they talked a little bit about this. There's actually multiple products coming from this. That's the one I talked about. There's also an RPG, and I believe there was a miniature style game, but whatever. I'm most interested in the board game, and like I said, they're going to be talking more about it in the future. But I'm very interested.
Cool.
Coming out from Avalon Hill, Wasi Hasbro, right? Cool.
Guessing so, right?
They mentioned. Yeah, they mentioned Rob Daviau and Restoration, but I think this goes right to the WotC catalog. This is very exciting. I mean, anything Daviau does is I'm interested in. Dragonlance is fantastic, the old school D&D. So yeah, very, very cool.
For those of you that don't know, by the way, WotC is Wizards of the Coast.
That's correct. All right, the Golden Geek Awards have been announced for 2021. These are voted on as by members of Board Game Geek. So they are essentially a popularity contest, which is fine. And the winners have been announced. The two-player game, Radlands, which incidentally is also very high up in the Board Game Geek rankings. I think it's in the top 300 already. I was surprised by that.
It's a great game, Tom.
I like it a lot. I was surprised it went up that far already. Artwork, Sleeping Gods, Cooperative, The Crew, the Deep Sea Crew, Expansion, Lost Ruins of Arnak, Innovative, Oath, Party, So Clover, Print and Play, Gloomholden, because it has the word gloom in it, Solo Game, Final Girl, Thematic Game, Sleeping Gods, War Game, that's the one some people are annoyed about, Undaunted Reinforcements, because it's an expansion. But then let's talk about this next one. It's pretty important. Best podcast.
Yes.
The winner, Board Game Barrage. We should also mention the runners-up are This Game is Broken and 5 Games for Doomsday. So if you only listen to 3 podcasts, those seem like 3 really good ones.
And Board Games Insider was, runner-up to the runner-up. So that should be on.
It was not, actually.
I think it might have been. You don't know that.
Well, you know what? We're not talking about that. So best board game app, also Gloomhaven. This time, I joke about the Gloomhaven name making things in, but the Gloomhaven app is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
It really is.
Nice. Good stuff.
Right, but now let's talk about the 3 big awards from this. We have the Light Game of the Year. That's Cascadia with the runners-up Canvas.
Wholeheartedly
and Seven
agree
Wonders
with
Architects.
That's good.
Cascadia was my number 1 game from last year.
These are 3 really solid picks for sure.
Yeah, they're all good.
Then Medium, The Crew, Mission Deep Sea, Sleeping
Love it.
Gods and Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. Again,
this is
if
all
you're
over the
watching
map.
this, remember this is voted on by heavy board game nerds because Sleeping Gods is in no way a medium game. But
Terraforming Mars is not a medium game.
I agree, but I mean Sleeping Gods even more
yeah.
so.
Well, if you
both
look
of
at
these
what,
are-
yeah, you know, you're right. I mean, with Cascadia and Seven Wonders Architects, the ones I know the best on light side, yeah, I find then, therefore, that the medium ones are not really congruous to those.
And I
That's how I
know
would.
for those of you watching, someone's out there going, none of these games are heavy or medium. You are the abnormal person.
Whoa,
if you can play these really, really heavy
That's nice
games.
of you saying that to your people watching your show. They're abnormal. Write that down, everybody. Tom Vasel called you abnormal. I would.
Abnormal doesn't mean bad. I also think some games are pretty easy, but we forget sometimes that for most folks, they're not. Anyway, heavy game of the year, Ark Nova. Runners-up, Oath and Imperium Classics, or I guess they're the same, Imperial. The Legends one, too, the same game.
Okay.
Some pretty solid picks here. This is definitely not like the year when Wingspan won everything. A good slate of games. Congratulations to all the winners.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And that's the news.